Housebroken is getting a season 2 on Fox, and it's absolutely deserved, welcomed, and I'm like, get here faster! I can't wait! I can't wait! What? Now, this show might just be a guilty pleasure for me and on other animal lovers because most of the humor is just, based on animal love, but I don't always want to watch the Aristocats or 101 Dalmatians to still get my, talking animal quirks. I don't. I want to hear pets going through these troubles, and I love that it's an adult theme because, yeah, it seems like most of what pets have to deal with is their libidos being crushed and the weird things humans do that they don't realize is horribly insensitive. Okay, there are going to be spoilers for this because I just finished season 1, like their big part 2, part 1 sort of episodes, and they were amazing. They were truly amazing. So here's a big spoiler. Honey finally decides to run away with Coyote, alright? Episodes before, she said that she didn't want to because she didn't want to leave her loved ones and her easy life, and I think she partly meant that. But Coyote was like, oh, you were shaking your tail when you talked about leaving with me, so I think you are lying to yourself. And yeah, she is. Honey's confused on what she really, really wants. It's not just, dumb tubby husband versus, ab-written, muscly, sweet coyote in the wild. No, it's not that simple. It's her comfort zones, it's her dreams, but there's also more of what does she want to do? Like, even if she were alone from the two of them, where does she want to be? But yeah, after, back home, her husband, becomes friends with this puppy next door, not in oh, here's this sweet young thing, I'm giving her more attention because this was how you used to look, honey. It's more that Chief is kind of getting his dad vibes, or more that he's never really fully matured and now he has a kid his age to play with. Yeah. And in this episode, Jill just happens to be hooking up with somebody. From all of the chaos Jill goes through before this, I was so happy for her. And Bubbles, well, Honey insulted her early in the episode, so she's a little extra mean, more than usual. So Honey's just feeling alone, and she's just like, okay, screw it, I'm just going. She just, runs off in the night with Coyote, and they have fun one night. They do. It looks happy and cool. And then in the next morning, it's like, yeah, I don't want to kill, small animals to eat and all that. No. And it's never mentioned it's because, okay, I run a group and small animals are my friends. It's never said that, but it's strongly implied that Honey does respect smaller creatures. And also, because she's a pet, she just doesn't have she doesn't have the strong enough will to eat them. And so she says goodbye to Coyote. She's kind about it. He takes it pretty well. He's disappointed, but he doesn't hold her back, or he's not mean about it. It's also funny to know a little bit more about Coyote's life, because behind his whole, I'm big, I'm sexy and all that, and I'm just a coyote living my best life, and I'm a little smarter than you really first anticipated, honey. He's also kind of the, sensitive nerd of his pack. And she's like, wait, you're not the leader? It's like, I'm the poet of the group. It's not in a pretentious way, just in more of a, yeah, you're that handsome dude that didn't have to try too hard. You're doing what you think. He's not pack leader. He doesn't seem to want to be. It's just more of a, I gotta follow the rules. This is my pack. It's like my job. Yeah, but the way I love how he just so casually will eat anything. I feel like that's just a wild animal's perspective and all. There's this really cute little line in the beginning where, Honey meets up with him and wakes up and he has blood all over his lips or snout, and she's like, oh, did you cut yourself shaving? It's like, no, I just got some breakfast. Oh, honey, you have some fur in your teeth. Seriously, I could see this as a play much easier than Cats. Oh my god. But yeah. Honey goes back and it's like, Chief, you didn't even notice I was gone? And he's like, no, where'd you go? And she's like, I was out all night with a coyote. And first, Chief is just a quiet, furious, and jealous. And he's like, I'm gonna make these hills of California run yellow with my pee. I'm gonna go mark my territory. And then he meets Coyote, and they, instead of getting all macho about each other, they're like, you have gorgeous fur. You have gorgeous fur. Bro it up. They're gonna just bro it up. It's actually this point at one where Chief is like, I think I have a crush on Coyote now too. Oh, and I think Coyote is into it. For all of his his flaws. Chico's easy to love. I feel like he is the most dog of all. Yeah, that's not fair. Dogs are different kinds of people. Oh, speaking of dogs, poor Elsa just continues to be sad and desperate. I thought we would see more of her boot boyfriend from like the turtle wedding, but we didn't. Now she and Diablo tried to be her wingman, and Diablo I'm pretty sure is gay. Like, give him a boyfriend. Yeah, there's a really weird thing where Diablo's idea of wingmanning is telling boyfriend about, oh, Elsa told us a story about when you were a puppy and your testicles didn't drop. It's like, that is funny. It's terrible, but so funny. I loved it. And the fact that Elsa is just like, so, what am I going to do with my life? Like, as annoying as Elsa can be, I feel like she's also the most relatable and maybe one of the bravest characters of the show. I love Elsa. I love this little Elsa so much. She's delusional, but she also gets the job done. I love her. God, other characters. Yeah. The gray one finally does bring Tabitha home, and it's incredibly selfless on him. He takes it gracefully. She's like, oh, I'd miss living with you. Maybe not all of the other 30 cats and their gross human owner, but they really did bond. It's not so much implied that they broke up. It's more like we don't have to be together right now, and that's okay. But yeah, I just thought it was really sweet when Tabitha was talking about how she missed just like falling asleep in her owner's arm, like when he was, he was working on his laptop and she was just like, her head and her little paws were on his arm. My cat has done that to me. So yeah, to hear the perspective that the cat loves you back, as hard as it is to earn, it's true. And I was like, oh, cat person feels. Other cat person issues is Chico is fine. It's finally brought to Chico's attention that Kevin doesn't love him. But instead of just being depressed about it, Chico gets mad. He is furious, which he used to think was very luxurious. And God, now I want to use it in that terminology. I want to find a context to use that in. But no, there is this spectacular scene where Kevin, his owner, there's a big story about Kevin. But yeah, Kevin's watching TV and Chico turns it off. And my cat's done that too. And even though we hear Chico talking in his voice and really explaining his feelings like respectfully and dignified while also a little exposed how hurt he was, Kevin is just hearing meow 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 meow. And then when he's done, Kevin just looks at him and is like, dude, I don't know what you said, but I get it. And they bond. It's like, that's what Chico deserves. That's what Chico finally deserves. Like, the Chico thing was just in the very last episode. I'm still worried about Max the pig maybe getting eaten by Ray Liotta. Yes, George Clooney apparently just tossed him off to this other guy. It's horrifying. I looked it up and there are really sweet pictures of when George Clooney did love his stupid pig. Ugh. And Max is all lost. Like, I loved his goodbye, words to his friends. Some were like, meh. Some were, wow, that's so terrible. It's insulting. But you actually do mean it. But no, the fact that Max isn't about to be roasted in this next episode, yeah, we'll wait. We can see that happen. Sometimes episodes skip around to continuations. But yeah, I'm just so happy to know Max will not be eaten. I love that mean bastard. Oh. And the second to last episode where Shell the turtle, I was so freaked out when his stupid, kid owner turned into, some kid in college and just callously, ran over him. He didn't see him in the driveway, but still, oh, my heart. Oh, he ran over that little dude twice. I get that because maybe this is a cartoon. That's why Shell didn't just die. But God, I was prepared to, see the rest of the show without Shell. And Shell sometimes visit as maybe a ghost. That's something I considered. But no. I'm happy to say in the last episode, Shell is just moving even slower than before. He's got these big things of tape around his, tortoise shell. And I'm like, oh, sweetie, no, should I look up turtles and how often this happens? I just assume, it's a bumper for bigger animals to not eat you, but a whole goddamn car? By the way, Lindsay was on the pedal. This is so absurd, but Lindsay was on the pedal. Damn it. Oh, Fun thing, Raccoon, the raccoon, continues to be a disgusting creep, but I also kind of love how he's just kind of becoming Honey's sidekick in a way, or maybe her confidant, because he's been knowing about her wild, like, dissatisfied section, and even if he's not good for the group because he's kind of mean to them, not kind of, he is mean to the rest of the animals, he also, yeah, Honey is giving him a chance to, like, he talks to her, she talks to him. I think they have a weird but very workable friendship. It's almost like how Pam and Dwight from The Office were friends. But yeah, the part where Raccoon was nice and he became like friends with Chachi, and the part where Chachi was ready to like just get some nails and go save Honey from this pack of coyotes, I was so goddamn proud of that little slow Loris. So proud. Yeah. First, Chief gets mixed up with the pack of coyotes. He's like, oh no, they're gonna eat this innocent dog. And then Honey jumps in and she's like, oh honey, you can't really help anything, but the fact that you would rather like stay and try and fight with them than just leave Chief, good for you, girl. And then they talk about their issues because the pack has a dramatic circling to allow them time. And then Honey's like pet friends from group come to like, stand in the way one more time. It's like, we might get eaten, but damn it, we want to talk to you. You actually left group last night and you've been seeing a sexy coyote without telling us? Like, dude, group is about the truth. And so she talks to them, Chief talks to them, they talk to her, they forgive her. And the other coyotes, these mangy coyotes, are just like, back, it's like, what the hell just happened? It's like, we talked about our feelings. And Honey's like, I've noticed that you guys aren't totally honest and open with each other, so does anyone want to say anything? And they start talking, they start fighting, they try to turn it onto themselves, and while the other animals, like, are running away, Honey's like, I feel like I should stay and be, like, their third-party objective. Like, they need help. I can help them. No, you gotta go, sweetheart. You gotta go. Your deep brown eyes and curly fur. No, go. So things are mostly back to normal at group. I'm kind of curious to know if Coyote and Honey will see each other again, hook up once in a while, whatever. God, if Chief and Coyote decide to just have a polyamorous relationship, I could support that because I think it would just be easier than this whole one husband's all bad, like one boyfriend's all good, because they're not like that. And yeah, I thought it was sweet. Yeah. For all the flaws that Honey and Chief bring out on each other, I think they do love each other. It's not sexy, it's not perfect, but they're each other's comfort zone, and I think that's important to them at the end of the day. As for Coyote, I think he's a nice guy in his way, and I would like him to visit the animals sometime. Or if the next season introduces whole new animals, that'd be cool. I kind of want there to be one more reptile in the group other than just Shell. So yeah, if they could introduce a new animal, that'd be cool. If they decide to have a party at Ray Liotta's house, I think that'd be fun. There's just so much to play with. I feel like we've just started, so I'm so happy. I can see this show going for so many seasons and just playing with so many concepts, okay? Still, the very words, sugar glider exorcism, just automatic happiness for me. It's amazing. So yeah. Housebroken, I love you. I think you're incredibly well written and you give all of these characters incredible dignity, emotions, relatable flaws, and just totally absurd flaws that only animals can have, and only with animal situations I can really laugh at. But yeah, there's so many more options to deal with. I want to see Elsa's like human's life and like, roll around, and I want at least one Frozen reference because her owner is a young woman like in her early 20s, so I was like, you might be a dork enough to have like named your like dog after the Frozen character. I want someone to bring that up to her. And hell, if there's a sequence where Corgi Elsa sings Let It Go, I won't be mad. Oh god, I just need this so badly. I love this show. I want 100 more episodes. I love you, Housebroken.